Well, this isn't going to plan. We're just on the side of the road at the moment. So we're driving and it just kind of stopped, like the car stopped. Bring in the mechanic. See if we can get any other tips.
It's a bit of a struggle. No, nothing. I'll do that and I'll give you a call back, eh?
So now we're just waiting on the waiting game on when does the tow truck arrive. Not good news. The Roadside have just called and said they can't tow it. Well, they can tow us, but they can only tow the truck. And they can't tow the Caravan because it doesn't have a tow ball. It has a DO 45 hinge. All right, we are not on the side of the road anymore.
Some of the nicest bloody people you'll ever meet.
Yes.
Locals.
Yeah, so they just come and rescued us. So anyway, we have somewhere to camp and then maybe we can get the truck towed tomorrow. We'll see how we go. All right, I don't know if you can hear that. I'm just inside, I'm washing up. Grant did some Googling or YouTubing this morning to see if he could figure out an issue. And I can hear the truck running. I can hear it running. Is that the truck running?
Frustratingly, yes, it is.
Did you look at anything yet, or it just started?
So I've been YouTubing and there's a good chance that the fuse for the fuel pump, they've wired it in a way that it gets hot. Not in every car, but every now and again it runs hot and then that fuse for the fuel pump blows, and they haven't done like a bypass for it. So a fix is to put a bypass on it, which is what I was about to do. So I pulled the fuse box open and I started to unbolt it from the wall, and then one of them's really hard to get to. You got to sort of pull everything else out. So I've been trying to not do that and just sort of squeeze it through. And I thought, oh, hang on, before I do that, I'll just pull the fuses and just double check. And I pulled them out and I checked them and they looked all right. So I put them back in. And then I thought, now that I've checked them, let's just see if it starts. Because it has done in the past where it doesn't start, or it's conked out and it doesn't start again. Wait a little while and it starts. That's exactly what it's done. So after all that stuff yesterday, it's decided to start again, which is incredibly frustrating. Yeah, okay, I'm glad that it started, but why does it happen in the first place? So I'm still yet to diagnose what the actual problem is, which is why I'm frustrated. So everything I've read last night and this morning, people have said, oh yeah, it idles, it runs for ages, and then it just sporadically shuts down. And then this guy was spending 30 hours on diagnosis. This guy, he's doing all the tests and stuff, and it turns out that that's what it was. It was the bypass. So I had to Google the bypass and I found it, and well, I think I found it. I need a special plug and like external fuse for it. So all reports of the bypasses that people have done it and they've had absolutely no issues after that. So could be a fix, I don't know.
As you can see, we're in the truck. We're driving.
For the moment.
For the moment. So it started, we've packed up, we've left. Clinton's guy, thank you so much for saving us.
Amazing people.
Absolutely fantastic. So we just left their property this morning. We're heading into Coffin Bay, going to get some water, and then we're going to head out to a HIPCAMP and hopefully we make it. Being positive, so far so good, but you never know.
The plan is now is to just, if it conks out, pull over, let it cool down, start it again.
Yeah.
And keep doing that until we get to Port Pirie.
Port Pirie, yeah. So yeah, we've got our mechanic up there, so we're trying to get our way up there so we can get that hopefully sorted properly, and hopefully we don't have any more issues till we get there. Guess where I am? Bonnet up. Bonnet up on the side of the road. We got to the HIPCAMP, we've detached the caravan, and we thought we'll just drive into Port Lincoln because we need some groceries. We probably maybe made it about 6 minutes and stopped.
Yeah, there's a bit of heat in the fuse box, but it's only just been a problem now. So why? That's what I want to know.
It's been about 3.5 hours. We've just been sitting on the side of the highway now.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
Flies when you're having fun.
Yeah. So we have a tow truck coming finally. Hopefully we're here in the next 10-15 minutes. It'll take us back to the HIPCAMP.
We do have a bit of a plan of attack though.
Oh, yeah.
Don't we?
Yes.
So I've done a bit more research today, and it looks like what I think is going on may actually be the case. The upside is that I can probably do it myself. The downside is it's a pain in the butt, and I don't have some of the parts, so I have to go into Port Lincoln. It's all electrical stuff, so which I hate doing.
Yeah.
But if I just work real slow and methodical, I'm confident that I'll get it going.
Yeah.
So it's just something really simple. Like, it's just the relay that's from factory is stopping. It's getting hot. It's failing. So it's stopping communication with the fuel pump module. So
yeah,
I'll test that tomorrow and get it sorted out.
Yeah. That's what we think it is anyway. But also just a hot tip with your Roadside.
Oh.
So
yeah.
Ours, it was kind of the package with the warranty, and we haven't really needed to use it. So I haven't really checked too much into it. But there's an excess for being over 3.5 tonne. So we just need to get towed 5 Ks, and it's $440. Excess. So just check your Roadside as well.
It is a Sunday.
It is a Sunday, so maybe.
But I do question how much the insurance or the Roadside is actually paying.
I don't know.
At $400 odd on a Sunday.
Yeah, for a 5K tow. Anyway, just check. Just have a look at what yours covers you for, because we're going to have to look around. And or if you got any suggestions of anyone that's good, just drop it in the comments for us, because we're going to have to look around and find a different company. Morning. So I forgot to film the end of yesterday, but you can see the truck is here. So we got towed, obviously, and they've dropped us here. We're at the HIPCAMP. So this is where we are. And you can see we have a nice car here as well. The guy from the tow truck was like, oh, do you guys need a car? Well, I'll take you back into town and you can have one of my cars. So amazing. So one of his work cars. We've got to borrow that. And then Grant is having a go, see if he can try to get our problem resolved, or at least doing some testing and stuff. Anyway.
They don't make it easy.
No. He's just doing some testing on the fuse box because that's where we think the problem is. But anyway, we'll keep you updated. I just thought I hadn't remembered that I didn't really give you an update from yesterday. But yeah, so we're back at the caravan. We have the truck with us, and then yeah, we'll see how we go.
Instant calm down. Huh? Not so annoyed anymore. Therapy works. Alright, it's been a long day. I've had to take the front end apart, basically. So as you can probably see, I've had to take the wheel arch off. Sorry, the flare off, the wheel arch out. I've had to take the air intake out, the snorkel off, airbox out, so that I could get to this. Now I had to take this off because behind here is there's a bolt that secures this to this. There's a nylock nut on that, which is great, it's secure, but it means I've got to take everything off just to get to it, just so I can take the fuse box off. It's good because you don't need to take that off that often. Well, really you shouldn't ever, but I've just been unlucky. So it's not the guy's fault that did this, so it's all good. But I've now done the bypass. So the bypass, right, I've got the new relay, getting power, that's earth at the relay. That's the fuse going to the relay. There's also, sorry, that's the ignition. Sorry, that's the ignition. So it's fused at the ignition, and it's also got a 30 amp MIDI fuse in there. So I've just got to secure this to the box somehow. Alright. Let's see how we go. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Okay. I'm not going to celebrate yet because yesterday morning I started the vehicle and it was cold and it started. Yesterday it stopped working and it was hot. It's not hot now. So I don't know if it's starting because it's cold or because I've done the bypass. Yeah, I'm not a mechanic, hey, like I think something like this would take a mechanic probably an hour max to do. And I'm terrified of doing the wrong thing or doing something that causes a bigger mess up. I've had to go slow. I've checked everything. So I'm not sure if I'm out of the woods yet. So I feel like I'm doing my mechanic apprenticeship at the moment. It's just, oh well, it's all fun games. I'm going to just turn it off in a second, go inside, have some dinner, have a shower. Tomorrow I'll get the boat off the roof and then I'm just going to drive it around probably the property with the owner's permission. See if I can get it to conk out again. And if I can, like if it does, then I can just ask them politely to tow me back, or I can just work on it here on the property. That's fine. I'll have to give a shout out to old mate very shortly. He did help us out quite a lot. Anyway, I'll let you go. I'll be back in the morning and we'll see if I have actually fixed it. I hope I have. Not 100% sure. We'll see if these codes clear overnight. Good night.
We're back on the road.
Yep.
For how long?
I don't know.
We don't know.
Not taking it for granted. Just keep going. Don't ask questions. Just go.
Exactly. So yeah, Grant has done the relay bypass thing for the fuse. So far, so good.
Yep.
But yeah, we're
So
not.
far, so good.
Yeah, we're
I'm
not
not
gonna.
counting the chickens before they hatch tonight.
I was exactly going to say that. How funny. Yeah, so the plan for today is we've left the HIPCAMP. I'll put the details here if you want to go stay there.
Feeling Lisa are incredible people.
Yes.
They are so accommodating, they're so friendly, some of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a spot that's in between Port Lincoln and Coffin Bay, so you can go check out both sides and just have the one kind of little camp. Good place to go set up, you know, leave your dogs behind where you go into the national park and things like that. Unfortunately for us, we haven't been able to go check out anything really, and our whole plans have changed now.
As per usual.
Yes.
Absolute standard.
So we were planning to spend a couple more weeks on the air. We are now going to move slowly but efficiently. Slowly but as quick as we can up to see our mechanic. So around the Port Pirie area. So that's about 5 hours drive away. We're going to do it in 3 days just to ease the car along. Like 3 driving days for that. And then just get a service and get it all checked over a bit more before we go and do any bigger trips. But yeah, so fingers crossed. Like the car's got us here. So Grant's fix. So far, so good.
I didn't doubt it for a second. Of course I did. I doubted everything I did. Yeah.
So we are pulling into Caro Wells. We did stay here like, I don't know, almost 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago. It is just south of Port Neal.
Port Neal.
Yeah, it's a donation camp, so we'll show you around when we actually get in and find a spot. Sorry about the wind, it's so windy. This is our camp for the night. We've tried to tuck ourselves away into the sand dune, so it's a little bit less windy, but we'll see how we go.
Yeah.
Very windy. Hopefully it'll settle down. Anyway, it was a bit more windy if we parked up the top in the open area.
It's been the theme for our South Australia trips.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's really windy.
Yeah.
It's windy. It's windy. It's windy. It's really windy. We have to move.
Yeah. Not complaining. It is what it is. Yeah, we're just going to set up and we're probably actually just going to like chill.
Yeah.
We may have a look at the beach later, but...
No, we're going to hibernate and watch a movie.
Yeah.
Because I think just the anxiety of like moving with the car is working quite well. The codes are virtually cleared. There's no lights in the dash or nothing. So, I mean, trying not to celebrate too soon, but I think I did it.
Yeah. But yeah, so. Been a little bit stressful, so we're going to relax in the van. And yeah, we might go down to the beach a little bit later, but we'll show you that if we do it. If you can hear me, that's actually the calmest it has been since we've been here. The weather's been a bit insane. Frank just pulled me over. Far out. What are you doing?
The wind and the salt was so bad that I can't see anything out of the windows.
Yeah, look how gross it is.
Yeah, look. And it's sort of greasy too for some reason. With all the sand, like the fine particles of sand, plastered all over the... It's hard to get off.
Yeah.
It's all over the rig. I kind of want to see where I'm going. Plus, decided we're going to go into a caravan park while we wait for some mail. So I'll get some water.
Yeah.
May as well not travel with a tank of water still, so I figured may as well wash the rig down a little bit just to make it safe so I can see what's going on and then I don't get sand on our hands.
So just the way we expect, I guess, is that the sun is going to come out when we leave somewhere. So anyway, it is what it is. Right, so I think that's it for this one.
I reckon.
This is our last day on the Eyre Peninsula and fitting. I have my Eyre Peninsula t-shirt on. So if you do want one of these, it's from our friend Tourist Tea. So Lauren, Grant went to school with her, so I'll leave a little link if you want to go get one of their little t-shirts.
There's a shirt for every destination that you've been in, not just the Eyre. So go on there, have a look, see what suits you. There are some awesome designs and she'll take care of you.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that's it. We are leaving the Eyre today. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. So far, the car looks like it's fixed.
Yeah, so far.
Started again this morning, so.
Cautiously optimistic.
Anyway, well, we will catch you in the next one.
See you guys.
Thanks for watching.